All right. Good morning. Let's make sure everything is working properly or improperly working or something like that. Let's see. Checking, checking. Okay, we're good. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and other similar places and try to make a few extra bucks online. This morning, good sales weekend. Uh, value wise. Five sales, probably got one more sort of in the shoot that I'm waiting for somebody to pay for. Uh, but had some good sales this weekend. Some okay finds last week. So hopefully things are gonna the past few weeks my sales have kind of trickled off a little bit. It hadn't been great. But let's see. I think I'm back to 1 to 2 sales a day for a few weeks there. It was struggling to get, uh, to really average that, but over the past, I guess, 2 weeks, I've had at least 1 sale a day, and over the past month, it looks like I'm back to, I've only missed a day without a sale for, like, 3 or 4 days, so a month ago, it was rough, and all my numbers are down and all that sort of thing. So, but I keep cranking along because that's what you got to do uh, to make this work, and so to make that few extra bucks. So that's what we're going with. So, how many football cards have been listed? Two. There were only two in that whole lot worth listing. One was a Ben Roethlisberger uh, rookie, and another is I still haven't sold this bad boy yet. It's the Ben Roethlisberger game jersey, but this is going to be a $30 to $50 card. I'm hoping at minimum 20, but I think I could get a little bit more for it. So yeah, there was a bunch of like I think there's a lot of dollar cards in there, and I think it's going to be a good flea market uh, flip find. But there weren't a whole ton worth listing, and there may be a handful, a couple of the ones that might be worth listing that I kept. So, but even like the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning cards that were in there, middle of their career type cards, they weren't worth a ton. So I think a lot of those cards are in the I'll bring them out to the next time I bring out to the flea market. I got them bag. I got them kind of. I got some real inexpensive hard cases, and hopefully I can bring them out there and get a buck a piece for a bunch of them. So I think I'll make money on it. It's just there. It wasn't like a gold mine of cardboard cash. Let's put it that way. So that's a way that's the way of football cards. Like 99% of them in a box like that. Good luck, man. So we'll see. That it was a fun experiment, um, and I think it'll be fine. I'll come out ahead, but it is what it is. Okay, uh, now on to sales. First up, religious stuff, and I think I may go to Facebook and post a bunch of my more inexpensive religious books. Philip Yancey books. These three went for $12, and these sat a while too. I've had those for a good portion of last year, so that was a long tail for those three to sell. I mean, even these are still like these are in a slipcover. So Yancey, though, I want to say if I had like 5 or 6 more of his books, that's probably would have sold faster. So he's one of those guys. I think if you can get a bunch, they can go for $3 a piece, give or take. So That's the way that one is. I actually have a stack of. I may list some C.S. Lewis books. May go to Facebook Marketplace with those first. But I think I've got a stack of the C.S. Lewis non-fiction stuff. His religious stuff tends to do okay, about $3 to $4 a piece. So that's probably what I'm gonna go with there. All right, next up is Sears catalog. This is the '93 Sears catalog, the big regular one. This went for $18. So this was a fun find. It's really neat. This is the first one I've really found in a long time. I don't think I've ever sold one. So I don't know that I knew to grab them if I saw them. I haven't seen them for a long time. But the ones you want are the Christmas wish book with all the toys in them. Those can go 50, 70, $80, depending on depending on the year on those. Those are the ones you really want to come across. So, but that's the ones I'm really hoping to find one day. All right, next up is. Thought this one was going to be worth a little bit more than it was. Tolkien, the Authorized Biography by Humphrey Carpenter. This is 1977, first edition. $11 on this. And I think when I listed it, there was a comp in the 20s. And I've had this up for a while, kept bringing the price kind of down $1 at a time, and wound up $11 for this. So a little disappointing on that one. And that one 10 years ago may have been worth in the 20s. So it's the way it goes sometimes. Next up, 50. Okay. My heavy sale. Ugh, and this sold quick and makes me wonder if I couldn't have put another $20, $30 on it. Wagner Ware 1057 frying pan, cast iron, clean. There's not a whole lot of the grease crustiness on it, just in a couple spots. It even had a little wobble to it. I put this up for $50, and it sold in hours, even with those descriptors. So, not the first frying pan I've ever sold. Cast iron, good cast iron has an eternal market. It seems people grab it left and right. And this isn't huge. So I think hopefully I think the trick is going to be boxing this one up, and I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think I may actually have something this will work in. So know your cast iron, at least the major brands you need to look for, brand wise. Old Lodge, Wagner, just about any made in USA brand are worth looking up. So there was a couple more modern lodges that were in there that I didn't grab. That's worth a sip. All right, finally, Star Wars. This is out of that big '90s Star Wars batch I got a couple weeks ago. Young Jedi Knights. This went for $60 for this one. There was another hardcover that went for I think 30 or 40 last week. I think there must have been just a limited print run on these omnibus editions of these hardcovers. So there's Star Wars books out there worth flipping, and so these were some of them. I sold the entire X-Wing collection paperback for $75. So that was a good find if that one does. Does this have one have? Okay, I don't think this one has the one with Chewie dies. Anyway, yeah, that's an R.A. Salvatore book. So know your Star Wars books, because they lot up okay, even for a lot of them. But there's a handful out there worth grabbing. I've had real good success over the last few years finding and flipping Star Wars books. I haven't found a ton of toys, and I've actually had some of them stolen from me. Yeah, I had a small Star Wars collection got ganked, and it made me irritated. Any dang way. Finds. Here's one. This is probably going to go today, tomorrow. I've got a guy who was real interested in it, but he needed some questions answered. And what do I have it up for? Yeah, 30. I've got this one up for $30. So why is this Game of Thrones a $30 book? Possible 20 to $30 book. This is like the original print run before the TV shows were made. So this isn't a first by any means, but the ones with these types of covers, the non-TV covers, or the non-HBO covers on them, those are worth a little bit more, and I've had some reasonable success selling those. So if you find those, sell those. They're worth grabbing and flipping. Um, any other fun finds this week? I picked up a big batch of these. These are SoWare cartridges for a embroidery machine. These are older, but I'm hoping I can sell them in line. I got 8 of them. They won't seem to sell individually. They do seem to lot up okay at $4 to $5 a piece, maybe a little bit more than that. So that's what I'm going for with those. Uh, but nothing earth-shatteringly exploding. I think that's going to ignite the world on fire with sales. So just kind of cranking along, and we're going with that. So unless anybody's got any questions, comments, or snide remarks to put in the chat, I think that's about where we're going to end. And I'm sorry for the one person who just joined and gave me a like. Anyway, that's it for today. So y'all go get something, find it, and flip it. Let's do that. Sounds like a good idea. So I'll catch you on the next side. Like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all next time.